Okay, SHAVUAH TOVE. And we have some things we want to tell you today that happened. It was a nice Shabbat, but first of all, they want us to tell you that that woman that obviously was involved in hurting our beloved Rebbiton, who was our blood aunt and my adopted mother. Okay, so she was her aunt and mother, and we told you that they did something to her when we were here last time. The woman was involved. She's in Pastor Charles, Archangel Michael, and everybody with us wants to let you know that she's a old harlot of Imposter Charles. And if you'd seen her face yesterday when she did that, I don't remember ever seeing her like wicked looking in the face like that so much. I mean, it was like a demon. And she was like, I pray all the time when I go there. And she was like trying to hiding behind the bushes and trying to keep me from praying and like she wanted to do something to me. So today, okay, we told you what she was what she had done. All right, and the rabbi always suspected her. Okay, he always thought she had done that. So today we have Shabbat, and then some people show up, and obviously they're looking for evangelistic sentiment, not to German people who Shagets. There is any way that could have been a Jewish people. The women that came with them, we don't have women like that, and they didn't look Jewish at all. And they were like, really, we're going to show you nothing. Okay, so they were like that. Those aren't any Jewish people. Okay, so and they were like, when the one man left, he's like, they were looking for work. Basically, they're trying to be in our government. And I'm sorry, but you did that. You brought those things, and they're being mean. And the women didn't seem right at all. They seemed like they were like well, they know that their beds are not to German people know that they didn't tell the truth. Okay, they're not any friends of Abraham. They're not any Abraham Accords. There's something they're just really creepy criminal people. Okay, so the dishonest. Ugly people that tried to hurt us on, tried to take our things, but they said bad sentiment on directly to people that were involved in our kidnapping abduction. Okay, so we just want to let you know again too. Okay, so now something they threatened this morning. Okay, before all of that happened, this during Shabbat. Okay, now first of all, me and my beloved Royal Malcolm we always pray together. We always pray together, and even before leaving here, and you see me go and I pray at the synagogue. Okay, every day I pray. Okay, so all the time I pray. I pray 24 hours a day. I pray when I'm asleep. I'm not being funny. We're just like that. I'm like that. So I'm not some old ugly harlot thing that all of a sudden I changed. I saw somebody, and I like they say they say that the wicked person is really me, and I'm the one. That's the good person. I'm the bad person that did all the trouble things the wicked people and the wicked person did to the wicked stalking, harassing that. Aaliyah, aka Dana Hutton, and all those other things they did, Beyonce and Imposter Charles, women and other women and what's that? Beyonce and those people. All their bad people are me, but I and good, but I'm the bad. Okay, so I hear all the stuff they say. They tell lies. They are the most lying people in existence, besides Hitler itself. They're with that. But we just want to let you so I hear all the things they say. They said, and we had an organized police sting. We got kidnapped in an organized police sting. They seem to forget that. Okay, they seem to want to be able to tell lies and just keep telling lies, and they threaten, they stalk. You've got to know in time for all bad things. It's too many things, too many stalking, harassing, dirty, filthy people. Nobody's ever seen any time like this, but our Bible speaks of that. There's never been a time like this, and there never will be after this is all over with. They go away. Okay, so they stalked me here. Something got caught trying to. We all own this. All of us own this building as part of Alacor, which is very big, and it's from the Middle East, and it's more than just Ibis and Novotel. It's large. Okay, too, and have nice, beautiful hotels, and not just the two that you see are mentioned. This is the palace annex. Okay, we told you that we inherited the house. And I told you I wanted to make it to a bank, and Dad said, "Oh, try to rob you all the time." And sister, in fact, it's just not a good place to have a bank, so we made it part of our hotel chain, and we charge for people with special needs, and then other people can come here and stay too, and not just people for special needs. Anybody needs to wants to come here and stay at the hotels, which is one of the jet too. So this morning, I told you about the man with the crutch, all right? Okay, so I had visions, all right. They're not. I told you, Abadot, Nasik, Itzhak told me. Don't you know? If you have visions that the bad people lose, don't think that the bad people don't have visions that you win. Okay, so we do something to let you know too. So, all right. So this stalking person, those are two American soldiers. He's just really light. I seem to beg you remember him. And the darker one, they're two soldiers. They get American soldiers. They could try to get in here and do things. Okay, so I told you, me and my beloved my husband, actually, we pray all the time. We pray together. And so before I leave, I pray. And so this morning we were praying, and it's Shabbat. It was Shabbat. And so we pray. God gives a beautiful announcement from Word on High. Announcement. Excuse me. The angel announces. Excuse me. What happens? The angel said, "We got, we win." We got what we have told people, that we succeed because God said we succeed. We have all the blessings that God said we have. We told you about the configuration, the prayer. Everybody in there is sealed. We are going to be. This is what was revealed this morning. Okay, she said after prayer, I'm all happy, and we thank God. But she said, and then God says now has the angel announced, now you go have Shabbat, okay? And so we I leave, I go downstairs, I go to the dining room, and then that man with the crutch comes, okay? And then he sits and he's harassing me. And then the woman that they're all going to jail. Okay. First of all, I was to tell them from Archangel Michael and my beloved brother, husband, that if they did that and they did those things, they're going to be arrested. And see, if they committed a crime like that, they have the death penalty. Okay. You can't go around trying to rob banks and kill people and take their things. So they would have committed a terrible act, and they would spend. Everybody knows that, and anybody Swiss knows that everybody that's really Swiss, everybody that's really good in any part of our kingdom, they know the penalties. Like in Turkey, if you get caught, if you try to rob a bank, they execute you. And they take away all of your things. But that's a just thing, because you got caught trying to rob something from somebody, and you were trying to kill the people you were robbing. So you got caught trying to give their stuff away, and it's not yours, and so they take your things away, and they put you. It's just they put you away. You never are able to come out of jail again, and also you are executed. It's just, people. It's just. Our Mosaic law, it's just. Her relatives in Saudi Arabia said it's more strict, because if you steal something from somebody, you pay back 5 times what you stole plus what you stole. Our law. And if you took somebody's life to try to steal, you not only pay back 5 times what you stole plus what you stole, plus you pay with your life. It's just. So you get caught trying to, you're gonna get caught doing that. You get caught trying to steal somebody's things and take their things. Hitler got caught. He was a terrible, terrible person. These people are Hitler. So they're Hitler. They're Hitler. Hitler wasn't just racist in color. He didn't like good people. No, Hitler was a devil man. So we're telling you that. A devil man. Switch it to say, burn it up. The book of Genesis and our Bible and synagogues, the holy books. And I'm sorry, they killed Muslim and Jew, the Nazis. So we do something had to get to. So this morning, I told you, it's a man that was chasing me down the crutch. Remember, if anybody saw me, I was trying he started harassing me. I saw him. I started to get away because he harassed me all the time. He walks faster. And you're nothing. You're nobody. Blah blah blah. He's like that. Okay, he's talking like that. It's a bad. He's talking about not Jeremy soldier. Him and the darker one. It seemed to be they're two soldiers that thought they could try to do things to us. And I have visions. When we told you about some of the things that I could do, because they wanted me to tell you some of the abilities I have. Somebody else would have lied. They did make something up. The criminal people, they don't know. And they said, "Now, they'll try to kidnap you." But they said, "Oh, they know I would never ever help wicked people, not ever." So and so they kidnapped this girl. They kept trying to, we'll just kidnap you. They came over her body. So they told all those lies. Okay, they're bad. Just not people that told lies. So this morning, after we have that beautiful announcement from heaven above, and I go down to the dining room, and then the man comes in with the crutch. He sits in front of me. This is how creepy they are. And he sits his back to me, but he keeps turning his head around and give me this. He gave me a threat today. Give us a death threat. He said, "You're finished" to me. He said that to me, and he's been harassing me with tears in his eyes, and he said I gave a threat. I know it was a threat, but you're threatening me and my beloved. I will watch us from your you're threatening you're threatening everybody. You're trying to threaten our very large kingdom, a beautiful land, kingdom, eternal kingdom. That's forever, people. You are threatening. And then the people that are involved in our kingdom abduction that were in Pastor's trials, because there were Pastor's trials and the medicine, Nazi Germany government, Bush and everybody, and the woman, she tries to say she's me. She's not me. Works there. She's not me. She's not me either. They're crazy. And so she defends him. Oh, they all harass him. Oh, I didn't see him harass you. Oh, you're sick. Oh, yeah. And I know they're crazy people. My husband says they're sick. So the man leaves the dining room and he goes, "You're finished," like that. And I'm like, he threatened me. She's like, "Oh, I saw. He didn't threaten you." She's lying because she threatened too. The woman in my family calls them, my family, they just don't know. They are here because they've been rounded up. They're going to be arrested. Because this morning I was telling them that they're going to be arrested. They did that, and the penalty is execution in this country. It was up on the internet. It was up for a few seconds, and then nobody looked because this is what they do here. I'm sorry. They have capital punishment. It is just, you are to have those things and not falsely. I'm sorry. It's just, we just have that. And we just have that because it's wrong. You can't go around going around killing people and trying to take their things and think it's all right, and you just keep going on. It's a crime. So the man gives me the threat, and I have visions. When we told you about the abilities, I had the vision that the man wanted to try to rape and kill me and be king. Welcome. First of all, he's about abduction with the imposter's trial fake, but he's ducked he can brutalize his people. That family. That was really Marco's husband, and he was involved in abduction, and he was trying to kill us because Marco couldn't get him. He wanted to be king of England. Get out of here! These people are crazy. Plus, his Bush's relative. That's right, they're Bush's relatives. So the man, he's not from the Middle East, and he doesn't get from the Middle East, but he would try to tell a lie. It's a black man that's really lying. He's with the darker black man and the soldiers. So the man, I swear by God Almighty, I know that had to be a threat. So we go and have, God's giving us his beautiful announcement before knowing that they're going to try to do something and preparing us. So that's why you saw me sit outside so long. I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. If you do, you'll be going to the bathroom in a cup, and people will say, "Sit there." They do me like that. The people will pass by. So we just wanted to say that. So we left here. I left. I went into synagogue. Then, of course, that woman, that has been doing the hurting the Robinson, who was our blood aunt and my adopted mother. So they became our mother-in-law, father-in-law, and they're our blood aunt and uncle. And she was hurt when we were here last time, and that woman has something to do with it. And then she tried to be with the rabbi. Now! So the rabbi suspected that she had done something to his wife. To the rabbi's wife. So it's then I go and I see there's harassment. There's a man that came and brought his child to use the bathroom by the synagogue. I'm sorry, people. But why? Didn't you just pass the Catholic Church? Why'd you come from that direction? Couldn't you have, the bathroom's a lot closer. Couldn't you have taught your child to go to the, I'm sorry. I got up and I went to the back where I usually sit on our stairs. And then he said, I sit there and I'm like, well, and then I'm supposed to leave, and then after the synagogue services were over, but then I wasn't able to leave. I had to sit there. And then a woman came, and I thought she might have been all right. She spoke to me, and I showed her a picture of who I am and our family. And she made a comment. She goes, "You're richer than I am." She made a comment like that. But she said, and so then so I had to sit on the bench when because I thought I was going to be able to leave. I wasn't able to leave. I had to stay there. All this harassment. First there were two cars. They didn't seem right. And then I saw who came to the cars. I'm like, no, that's not right. And somebody said, my beloved husband at that time actually wanted me to stay there. He says, I want you to see. I saw all the stalkers, so many stalkers. I really got angry because they stalk all the time and they harass. They're not anybody that wants to be different. They're people that are stalking and harass. How come you're not sitting on the stairs? What happened? It's like, really, what happened? Nothing happened. I was supposed to, I'm sitting over because it's none of your business, but I was supposed to leave. And then my husband told me to wait because we got a death threat this morning. I know it was a death threat. Because they actually tried to do something today on our own property. This is our property too. So I after I got off the stairs, I went and sat on the bench. And then this man comes, and we have all the license plates numbers because we took them. One was a French license plate. They were caught too. A car with two Aaliyah women in it, they were caught, got their license plate number, and the man that tried to run into me, if he was going to run, my back was to him, and we always think they might try something. I turned around, he was aiming the car towards me. When he got it, I told him off, and the guy said, you stop. Are you going to hit me with that? I said, you stopped, huh? And when I turned around and looked at him, and I guess he saw me, and he decided not to. He scurried off. He was guilty. And so basically, I remember the license plate number. I took the license plate number. So I'm still sitting there because he comes back. I have to sit there until he comes back. So and so then he comes back, but then there's three other cars that come, and what I remember is a man that said he could be a woman if he wanted to. He was on that abduction. He was in Pastor Charles. It came, and then I'm trying to help me remember. I remembered it then because it went and got a haircut or something. Really? Because saying his hair was longer, did it wear a wig when it came back, or was it somebody different? I remembered it, and they talked about Bush. You see, Bush was about a kid abduction, George Bush. And he had what he called his daughters. They were men, but they looked dressed like women, but they were actually homosexuals. He was a known homosexual. He called himself Jenna, a disgusting man. And so he was on a kid abduction. He was going to be arrested before the police sting, and he ran. So we had the police sting to try to catch him. He was on a kid abduction. And so and just criminal. And so him and his brother, they were eating one of the egg observers that was a relative. And he's Pastor Charles. Bush was Pastor Charles's partner. They wanted to get married to each other, but they couldn't do it openly then. I understand they did it secretly. So they're just really weird people. So the man got out of the car that looked like he was going to try to hit me. White Housey, homo-y. And I think there was a woman with him, but she probably was all wrong. I couldn't believe that man tried that. And so and I said, "You really going to try to hit me with your vehicle?" So when I was still sitting there, when he came back, he looked really, really upset. But those other two cars came. The two women, they got smart. I'm like, this is private property. You do not have the right to come back here. You say you come back here to park, but you didn't come back to park. You came back here to harass. But the other car that came, right after the woman that came, that was with Bush, that was actually a man dressed as a woman. I remember he could be a woman if he wanted to be. He bothered us like that. And Pastor Charles they're homosexual people, male and female. And the planet is almost, minus our people, that's what you see. Stalking and attacking and harassing, and they're criminal. And the rest of fallen things that are dirty. So that man that gave that threat this morning, a couple of weeks ago, he was like crying, like he just had to be with my husband. That's a strange person. But he threatens all the time and says they tell all kinds of lies. You're nothing. You're nobody. When you trust him up the street with that crutch, I know the guards that he didn't see saw him. And the blacker man with him, that was harassing me. And I know a guard saw, because that morning I saw the guard. And the blacker man was dressed in red, white, and blue. They're two soldiers from America. And the angel said, and the one has a bad foot on the crutch. And when I looked at his foot, I said, her foot is really hurt. And the angel said, the Archangel Michael said, don't, that they'll try to kill you. They came to try to kill you for their government. So this morning he gave that threat. So we told you the man came with the vehicle and looked like he wanted to hit me. I said, did they have to park his car and aim that close to me? Because when I turned around and looked, he straightened up with his car and he ran off like he was guilty. But I was still there when he came back. So those other two cars came, and I thought that something was wrong with that. The two men that got out of that vehicle, we got that license plate number. And basically said there was something wrong with that. When I went to record the license plate number of the man that tried to hit me, I'm sure the man tried to hit me, the police rang into the phone. I didn't call. My phone doesn't work like that. And then I tried to punch off the phone. I said, I didn't call anybody. But they said, and they're talking to me. I'm like, I didn't call you. You're a criminal. Why are you bothering me? I didn't put anything except the license plate number in to write it down. I didn't call anybody. My phone doesn't work that way. Because this morning when I got relieved after that man had given that thread, there was a policeman that was in here, and I know they had the police because he rode him by the police station on his bike. But he had Middle Eastern look. And they told me to wait. The man never came outside when he gave the threat. He never came outside. And I understand that he said the man is finished. He's being arrested or something, because I don't know what he said. The man was guilty. And so it's short. The man never came outside, but that happened when I went to I went to go have Shabbat, and that man tried to do that with that vehicle, and he was a homo. I know it was a homo because they look that way. They look to me like raw skin, like they try to do something to their skin, and it doesn't work. The ones like that, they're just really quite nasty looking. Their skin looks raw to me. And so it's short. And that one that gave the threat this morning, he's always crying when he looks at me. Your foot hurt that bad? No, when the man that broke my jaw in Turkey, they were being arrested for what they did to me and my beloved between we were little kids. They had never been leave Turkey, and he broke my jaw. When he came to broke my jaw, he was crying. Then going to try to finish me off. Remember the broken jaw Facebook Meta? Because those American soldiers were still held in Turkey, and they weren't allowed to leave. They should have been arrested. They attacked me and broke my jaw. Then they're gone now. So it's short. He was crying. He's always looking at me crying, so he gave that threat. And I'm sure it was a policeman, because he went riding up. In other words, he met two other men, and they went up towards the police station. But they don't know how our people look. And so it was short. So the man actually tried to hit me. I'm sure of it. When he came towards the bench with his car. Oh, it was an accident. They already tore up the bench. The bench was nice, and they saw me, so they started tearing it up and carving things in it. It's private property. We know they're wacko and sick. They're sick people. They're sick. So that other car pulled up, and those two got out, and they were getting smart. First, they pretended to be all right, of getting smart. But then, we have guards, and so the guard was opening up the door when they came, and so but that's it. And then I put that, try to record that number, so I don't remember what it was, and then something else pops up in my phone. I'm like, I never called that. So in short, they were guilty, and they had French license plates, but that's not all. Because when the women came and got back in their car, the two Aliyah women, they would get, you're nothing, nobody, you're stupid, blah, 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 blah. They tell lies, people. They tell lies. They commit an act, a crime, then they get caught, they blame it on somebody else. Remember I told you how they start their wars, how they committed all those crimes, and they try to say somebody else, and they're the guilty ones? Bad to say something about other people? They're the ones that are guilty. We showed you what they did to our people. We're all Semitic. So they run our people down on the street over there. They're beating on our people. They're attacking our synagogues and mosques. They're killing people if they can. But who you see doing that? Bad, you say Sodomite, Nazi Germany people. Okay, so we're not lying. I-24, the Eyes for Israel. It's a television station. So okay. So now, finally, I'm still sitting there. I said, I have to go to the bathroom. You'll go to the bathroom in a coffin if you don't sit there and wait. People passing by and saying that, don't, just wait. I said, it'd be worse if you go out into the city. Sit here. So, because I have guards, okay. So the guard kept opening up the door. So I would see. I said, I'm gonna go now. No, you're not. You have to sit here. So that car came back. The people in that other car came back. They were gonna abduct me and push me in the car. That's right. But they didn't see the other car. Another car pulled up, and I'm like, nah, this is enough. I'm like, what is this? This is too much. I was getting upset. So the other person in the car that pulled up last, after the women in the car that had pulled up, the Leah women pulled up and got smart and drove off finally, the men in the other car, they came. But I didn't see it. My back was to them. They went to grab me. And the man in the other car jumped out. And I saw they had planned to grab me and push me in the car and try to take me someplace. Obviously, try to kill me and steal from us. Crooked. And they're supposed to be, and I was told they were crooked bank police. Not bank police. Not any of our banks. And they were caught. That's right. Criminal. But they didn't understand the other person in the car. When I got out, I knew what he was when I saw. But the ones that were the 2 men that were trying to push me in the car, they were incorrect. And they pretended to be like they were the women. They pretended to be, and the other woman, because the other woman that was actually a man, pretending to be a woman, had a symbol and it ran up front of his car like a police tag. It's a criminal. That's right. And I remembered it. It pretends to be a woman, but it's really a man. It could be a woman if it wanted to be sick, people. They got caught. That man gave that threat this morning. And he thought he was smart. Bad to say, sodomite, Nazi Germany people, crooked. And we wouldn't have anybody with a plate like that. They were going to abduct me. And everybody kept saying, they're going to try to kidnap you. They tried. So it happened. Then when I get here, that black man who I want to see the contract. It was on my abduction that did something to me and my husband tried to see by hurting the people that were trying to rescue us. And he wanted to physically try to attack us. But the rescuers came, he couldn't do it. And he's always trying to put me out of here. And with that thing that said that it would try to kill me and be me when we were little kids. It wasn't little kids. They're the same height as they were when we were little, I were little children. That thing with that black man that said he wanted a contract. Remember we made that recording of him? He was attacking me and making me leave and telling lies. So this evening when I came, he couldn't even look at me. He put his head down. And I knew that he was involved. And the man behind the counter, he was like glad to see me. But the black man wasn't. And the so-called female that I understand is really a male was with him starts getting smart. You shut up. Because they know they're going to be arrested and they did a terrible thing and they will be put down. They did something wrong. They did those things, they will be put away. And they spend the rest of their life in jail. However long it will be, because they will get a penalty for what they've done. And so so then she's getting smart. I remember that thing told me it would kill me and become me. Then here's more. It started saying it was Queen Elizabeth's niece. That's right. Not Queen Elizabeth's niece. Because I remember it. My husband told me, I remember, it's trying to get close to you so it can try to figure out what to say. And then it's going to try to kill you. I said, you're not Queen Elizabeth. She got Queen. I said, I'm Queen Elizabeth III because they named me. I'm Queen Elizabeth III. We told you that. It's on the internet. It's on the Facebook. It's a wacko. that black man and it were going to try to kill me and my beloved Tommy actually, and then try to tell people that they were us. They're Catholic, and they're possible they're sodomites, and they're running in protection. And I know they tried something today with that man with the crutch and the other soldier. And so because short, before you go to your room, now she's from England. She's not from England. She's not Queen Elizabeth's niece. And everybody knows that Marco killed Harry. Harry's not around. Oh, no, he's in America. Oh, no, I'm sorry. And if you were with them, you just listen to Harry, too. Because Harry was one of our dads. And Harry looked like how you see him now when we were just 5 years old. That's the devil. It looked like that when we were just little kids before the kid abduction. I know they take those shots. And it started trying to attack me. So now it's from England. It's not from England. She's not anything but a better sodomite, not a person that speaks Italian, not Italian, that speaks Spanish. I hear her speaking Spanish. Hear it. When I told her, basta così, she shut up. That's Italian for enough. Basta così. You know, not stai zitto, which means shut up. So I told her to leave me alone. See, they're always trying to send us a man that looked like a woman to try to rape and kill us. Let's look for that. The Benson sodomite, not German people, skip just like that. So when they could send something like that to a woman's place and attack somebody. So now it's even crazier because it's trying to take my identity. We're trying to take my identity anyway. Queen Elizabeth was our grandmother, not aunt. And our Rothschilds, family members, dads, her nephews. So that's what I want to say to you. So that's what happened today. That's what occurred today. Then I understood why I had to sit there for so long. Because they tried to lie and tell lies. Because they told people that we had an organized police thing, all right? So everybody knows that we got kidnapped in an organized police thing. We have kidnapping insurance. So we told you about all those things. So we have that. So we're royal. We would have that. And this is it. Remember when they told us, that means they can't kidnap us, right? And they had to explain to us and explain to me, no, honey. It's if they do, we're able to get you back. Okay, a lot easier. And so they said, I'm thinking a little. Oh, well, that's like, that's real good. So they can't do anything, right? Well, it does work. It kept us safer, and our family was able to retrieve us. So they said, and we would have that because we're royal, and we would have kidnapping insurance. Kidnapping insurance that we're assured against being kidnapped. But they tried that today. When I turned around, I saw those two men in that white car had planned to grab me and push me inside of it. They want to try to arrest me and try to steal things, arrest me, but they're not any police from here. They have French license plates. There's some crooks. And arrest me for what? On my own property. The man who dropped that other car said, I'm sorry, but when he did that, I'm sorry, but you can't do that. It's how I saw him when the other man in the other car that stopped them. And they know that there was a guard inside watching. They looked stupid and drove off. But we want to tell everybody we have all of their license plates. And I'm not going to try to record a number in my phone and the phone rings and the police call me. You know when you have an emergency phone, you can just make emergency phone calls only? It just rung on its own. Talking to me. And they're, what are they saying to me? And my husband is a good man. He's not indecent. He's not dishonest. And I know my husband loves me. And it really makes me angry. They go around, they tell lies on my husband, who's my flesh and blood, my first cousin, and all of our Rothschild's family members. They try to tell lies on all of our family members, all of our kinspeople, they try to tell lies on when we've seen them. And we know the police thing was made, we had to catch all the crooks. And they've been caught. So, but that's it. And we just want to say that again to you too. And all the things they tried to say about me. The stalking woman, the harassing woman, the one who tried to make a Supreme Court judge, who tried to say that woman left a long time ago, bothering us when she was voluntary abduction, and telling people she was me. During abduction, she was killing people and telling people that she was me. She was a grown woman. It took they came after us in Russia and Ukraine. They came to our door. That thing and fake Mo. It's me who said it thought it should have all of our things. Aaliyah should have all of our things. This man said that they stalk and arrest these people that are doing these things are with the badges to send not German government. Bush thought his family should have all of our things too. Incorrect. And they try to go around and steal things and take things, but they're not going to do that because they're Nazis and God said no. Especially this morning, that beautiful, I was so excited because it was announced from heaven above. An announcement from Lord on high. We win. Now God have Shabbat. And then that man gives that thread. They tried that, people. I was mad that I was in there. I had to go to the bathroom, and I wanted to go. It was getting dark. No, you must sit here. And people and security, you want to go use the bathroom in a coffin? No, I don't. So I sit there, and my husband's trying to talk to me, and sure enough, they tried that. It would have been a lot worse if I had gone out. They'd have done something, and nobody would have seen. They would have tried something. So that's all I wanted to say to you. Okay, so that happened today. So now, okay, SHAVUAH TOVE, and try to miss troubles have alert. We'll talk to you and email you and get the blessings up as soon as we can. And the time changed a little bit. You know, it's almost the 16th of January. So we have to do the angel hours. And they shouldn't have been too off when we told you that they went back and tried to change things when we wrote them. And so we said, and so we'll make sure that they're correct. Your Shabbat hours were correct. And so we said, and so you had other time things that were trying to keep us from writing to you. Does this look like a bad picture to you, the video I'm making? Because I tried to say I was showing this, and it was the dirty, crazy, sick people. I think it's a beautiful pattern. I like it's from Persia, what people call Iran. I picked it up in our home where we live in UAE. It's different too, and it's a Persian pattern. It's like paisley. Well, it's from Persia, the pattern. Okay, so now we'll talk to you as soon as we can. Try to subscribe for an alert. And you look in the Facebook, I have all those stars, top fan stars from Abadod, Nasik Melik, Benjamin, Rothschild, Netanyahu, Abadod, Nasik Melik, Naftali Bennett, the Israeli government, our castle, and yes, our castle goes back to King David. It's our castle in Israel. And from the rabbis, I have a top fan star. They gave me all stars, and Ayatollah gave us one too. That's right. He gave us that too. You look in the Facebook, you see, it's nice. He was my birth mother's father, uncle, then father, and then he became my grandfather. He's our blood uncle. He's a rabbi. See how we get along? Look at that. I got a diamond. Top fan. Okay, it's nice. We're a family. And we are good. And we don't like dirt things. We just want to say it again to you too. You must be good. We're going to be good. God said we God this morning. If you could have only heard the announcement. I could tell it was an angel making an announcement. It was easy to tell. And they tried to stop all the recordings and writings and things like that because they're not going to be the bad people. And they tried something really bad today. What do you think if they could have done that? That's private property, people. Even here's private property. They got caught trying to kill us all. We own this. They don't own it. And they're never being arrested. And they did something bad. There is execution here in this country. And other parts of our kingdom too, because you're not supposed to do dirty things to people. You're just not supposed to do dirty things to people. You have to see they're out of control of the planet, the bad people. But I'm to tell you this, because I know this is what we do. We hold on to God. Do you know that we're the meek people? And we told you what meek means. It means strength. If you look at the Facebook and scroll down, you can see. It means obedient to our beloved world God is God alone, King of the universe. Meek is strength. It's not being weak. The devil's weak, and wickedness is weak, and is quite evil, and it's not meek at all. It's not strength either. Meekness is strength. Wickedness and evilness is weak, and is far beyond meek. Okay, so now we'll talk to you since we can't turn this careful, safe, and alert. And SHAVUAH TOVE. I'm trying to hold this so you can see the pattern. And we'll talk to you as soon as we can. We have to make the recordings because we unlocked the recordings so they can't get in and erase them or keep you from hearing them. So we're making the videos so you can hear. Okay, SHAVUAH TOVE. I'm going to talk to you and email you and do the things we said we're going to do. The giftings. I'm trying to get the giftings like we're supposed to. Make sure check them and give more giftings because people need things. And do the angel arts because it's time to, so we update them, and the blessings. Okay, but you said I saw those stalkers. I saw so many stalkers. You should have seen them, and they were all involved in what they tried to do today. Not nice people. Getting smart, harassing. I saw a few okay people, but I saw a lot of stalkers. Might want to see the stalkers. Look at this. Other people see them stalking me. Well, I know. I hear about it. Sometimes I see. So we just want to let you again that too. Want to let you know that again too. Okay, I'm going to talk to you as soon as we can. Try to be careful, safe, and on alert. And SHAVUAH TOVE again.